AJ, can you take us through your drive up with Trevor Harris? I think it was 23 hours.
Yeah, 23 hours. He lived an hour from me in Ohio, so we kind of hung out a few times. I stayed the night at his place, so we could get up bright and early that day and leave. So kind of hang out with the family, had dinner with him and all that, played video games with his boy TJ. But it started off, just talking football like football guys do. Like as soon as we get in the car, it's football. One of the issues we kind of ran into was my Thor hammer. It has a button on it that kind of makes thunder sounds. So he hit a bump, the hammer moved in the back seat, and it hit the button. So for like an hour of the drive, it was just thunder noise in the back. And I'm like trying to reach back and get it. I can't reach it. And finally we hit a bump and it moved to a different spot. So I apologized for him having to just deal with the hammer for about an hour or 2 hours. But after a few hours, a couple stops, it just got into family life, like what's after football. And it was a good way to just kind of bond with someone, figure out what they are passionate about besides just football. And when that happens, you kind of get a closer bond and a brotherhood that helps correlate to the field. So like I told some guys today, like I've been out for a while, and knowing the guys on the team, like when I get out there, it's like no holding back, like no trying to see how my body feels. It is full throttle. If I die, I die, like something like that. And it's just do what you can for your brothers. And I think that's the bonding that kind of happens with this team is like a tribute to that drive. It was 23 hours of just family, faith, football, and it's kind of what this team's been about.
How did the idea for the training camp drive come to fruition?
We talked right before I signed here. I was kind of trying to figure out, what team I wanted to be on, and I called Trevor, and we were kind of talking, and just before my even decision here, he's like, "Hey man, you're an hour from me. Like, from training camp, I'll drive you. Like, we'll go to Sask together." And like that's kind of how the snowball started, and we were just like, "Yep, let's go." I'll find a vehicle when I get there. I'll have someone bring me something, but it was just good time. Anytime you can chat with one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league, 23 hours about football and family and all that, and you got to take it.
Did him offering that drive help seal you signing in Saskatchewan?
Not the drive, just to be honest, who he is as a person. I knew who Coach Mace was outside of football and how close he is with his family and all that. And that was, taking one step closer to this team. And then Trevor calls me and he tells me what he believes in and all that. I'm like, yeah, this is full board. Like, those two together, that's who you want leading your team. And I'm happy to just follow what they say.
What's it been like for you and Trevor to work together to get back into the lineup?
Yeah, since we've been down, it sucks. I played a couple games when he was down. I could just see how, each week it was like deflating him. But then he got a new spark, he's like, oh, I'm closer. Maybe 3 weeks into it, he was like, I'm closer. So that urge to come back was there, and that's when I was kind of sitting out. And it was us talking about what's good for your body at this point in your career. I've been in the league 4 or 5 years. I don't know if you count COVID year or not, but been in the league a while. He's been in longer. So just kind of talking to him, learning different methods on how he takes care of his body. So I started doing that with him, talking to him in the weight room in the morning before meetings, and just trying to get a whole rehab plan. The dude's too smart. COVID year, he gets a nutrition degree so he can figure out what to eat better for his body. So just picking his brain on anything that helps sports performance.
And how much can this help boost the team from an energy standpoint, for as well as Shea Patterson and Frankie Hickson did, but the fact that you being a star, Trevor Harris being a veteran, come back into the lineup for the stretch run?
Yeah, it's a leadership thing. So Trevor coming back, everybody's energized. Me coming back just with my style of play, my kind of leadership since I've gotten in here. It just brings a little bit more spark. And it doesn't matter who's in there. Everybody has their, what they're good at, what they're not so good at. Me and Frankie are different running backs, and the stuff that he could do on the field, I wish I could do. So tribute to him, he balled out when he got an opportunity. And I told him 2022, I was up, down, and ended up being a starter for Grey Cup. So told him to keep his head up. We're going to need him in the long run. So it's just just a new spark, a little different mentality coming at them.
Final one for you. How can you run the ball consistently against Montreal's defense?
The guys up front. Last time we played them, they kind of bullied them around. So I'm hoping I can add into that. By the fourth quarter, I'm hoping the D-line's tired of facing our guys, and I'm hoping the linebackers are tired of stepping in front of me. And, you know, that's going to have them drop in the pass and just kind of keep pushing. So hopefully we make it a dogfight, and at the end, we're going to see who wins.